Hi guys, thanks for watching my channel, Homegirl. Today I wanted to share with you how I decorated my living room for less than $800. I know that a lot of people have different styles when it comes to decorating, and a lot of people can wait for a long time and purchase one expensive piece per year and leave nothing on the walls. However, I don't have the patience for that. I like to see a finished room as quick as I possibly can. I cannot stand an empty wall. So I wanted to show you today how I was able to get the room that I wanted that was comfortable, pretty, and functional for less than $800. I hope you like this video. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos. Hey guys, we are looking at my living room now. So when you walk in the front door, this is the first room that you see in our house. And I've sort of set it up as a kind of sitting area. I did a high table, so maybe if you wanted to have some tea or have a glass of wine, it kind of looked appropriate for that as well, instead of just a coffee table. And over here, I set this up as a game area, so the family could sit here and play checkers or Scrabble or Monopoly or whatever game that we feel like playing when it's cold outside and there's nowhere to go. And over here is a credenza console table that I set up to house all of the board games that we have. And inside of there are just a ton of board games. I haven't quite finished the entire room yet. There's probably going to be more happening over in this area, and if you have any comments or suggestions for what I can do with these two walls, please leave your comments below because I'd love to hear. I had an idea about using it and setting it up as a library, so I thought about adding a couple of bookshelves with a lot of books, but I'm not quite sure yet what exactly I'm going to do. Over here, my room is also attached to my office, which is supposed to be the dining room, the formal dining room, and I converted it into an office. I'd like to eventually have some type of door that covers this area so that there could be some privacy. Leave comments below and let me know what kind of door you think that I could put here that would look really good in this room. So I'd like to start by just sharing with you how I did this room for less than $800. For me, this room actually cost about $600 because I was able to get the rug as a gift, and I was able to sell my existing sofa for this antique sofa, which I purchased for the same price. So it was technically a wash and cost me $0. But I'm going to include that into the prices because I know other people who are watching this video may not be able to get a gifted rug or have something to sell in order to buy something else. So the first thing I'll start with is this accent chair over here. I actually found a great shop that's local to me that sells furniture that has been liquidated from estate sales. So what's really great about a place like this is that you can get quality pieces of furniture with very minimal wear and tear or damage. They probably were sitting in someone's big house and rarely ever used, and so there are a lot of things that are in really, really good shape. So I bought this chair because I thought that I could eventually, if I wanted to, reupholster it, and it would be an easy job for me to do. It had a nice shape to it, and it was very sturdy, and it's actually in really good condition, so I could use it as is, and if I changed my mind and wanted to do something funky with it, then I could always change it. But this chair cost me $29. The next thing I want to show you is this recliner. So this was purchased from the same store that I purchased the chair, and again liquidated from an estate sale, and it is a full recliner, and this cost $80. I also was able to score this oval table at the same liquidation estate sale, and I got this oval table for about 50 bucks, and I painted it using folk art chalk paint in the color sheepskin and then waxed it for the finish. So that was really awesome. That was a good trip that day that I was able to get these three items at the same place, and really good quality, really good condition. This sofa I purchased on Craigslist. This was somebody's grandmother's sofa that they were trying to get rid of, and I'll try to include a before photo so you could see what it looked like. But basically, I love the shape of it. I love the design and style of it. and I thought, you know, I could reupholster it and do it inexpensively, so that's what I did. I bought the sofa for $200, but remember, I had already sold my sectional for $200, so actually this turned out to be $0 for me, which is a score. So what I did was I painted the wood and tried to create, with my chalk paint, kind of a light wood finish, if you can see what that looks like. I painted it white with folk art chalk paint in Adirondack, and then I used Miss Mustard Seed's dark antiquing wax to go over it to kind of give that light wood finish. I also used Lowe's or Home Depot drop cloth, which is pretty much the cheapest way that you can upholster any piece of furniture. It costs about $20 for this size, which I believe is a 9 by 15 is what I used to upholster this sofa. So that was very inexpensive. I also had to buy trim after the upholstery job was done. I bought trim from Joann Fabrics. That probably is the most expensive thing on this sofa. It cost about $3.99 per yard, which ended up at around roughly $30 that I spent on the trim. So not too bad. Now I wanted to show you what I did up here. I have a very talented brother who is an artist. However, this is not one of his paintings. It is, though, one of his canvases that was left at my home. I'd had this canvas for several years in my basement, just kind of hanging out, parked there. So I decided to do some DIY art. Basically, this is 2 colors of acrylic paint that I brushed against each other, and the total cost was the cost of the paint, which was probably about $10. I also picked up these vintage photos. Nothing specific or special, just the fact that I happen to like these photos when I saw them. And my goal is to expand upon this wall, which I'm kind of calling my vintage art wall. So these photos were probably about anywhere from $3 to $5 each. Not bad. Over here we have end tables. I got 2 end tables that are brass and glass, and I thought the lightness of these tables went nicely against the heaviness of the rug as well as the sofa. So these are from Home Goods. They were actually about $70 each. So I have 2 of these. This urn actually has a real ivy plant inside of it, which was about $3. The urn itself was $3 from the thrift store. Over here I have another urn. I was lucky enough to be able to get 2 urns that were exactly the same for $3 each at the thrift store. And my lamps, I'm not including the cost because I brought them in here from my bedroom. So technically, didn't really cost me anything. Over here on this table, because my room is somewhat shady most of the day, it's very hard to have live plants in here that require a lot of sunlight. The ivies in the corner don't require a lot of sunlight, so they're doing just fine. But I love a fiddle-leaf fig. However, fiddle-leaf figs require a lot of sunlight. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to have a real one in here, so I potted my own faux fiddle-leaf fig. Here I have IKEA paneled curtains. I also got this antique mirror for $30. Right over here, we are excited to have a game table. Now we can really use this room. We have a sitting area, and over here, we can play board games or card games with our kids and just have fun. You're not going to believe how much this cost. These chairs, I was lucky enough to score for $1 a piece. They were in great condition, but just needed a little upholstery. I snagged these 4 chairs for $1 each, touched up the wood, by using Miss Mustard Seeds hemp oil, which actually completely restored the finish, and they're in great shape. And I upholstered the seats using draft cloth, again, the most inexpensive way that you can upholster anything. This table was sitting all by itself at the thrift store for just $10. All in all, this table and chair set cost me $14. Amazing. Little orchid that I regrew from last year. I love when that happens. Here's a painting that I picked up at the thrift store. Cost about $30. It was 50% off. Over here we have a cabinet that I purchased at the thrift store for $40. This was a complete score because it has huge amount of storage. So I can keep all of our kids' books and games and toys stored away inside of this cabinet. So that's the room tour, everyone. The entire room was decorated from scratch for less than $800.